Go, Chris.
Vlade, you had an exhaustive search here. What was it that made you jump at this opportunity? And Coach, what has this last 72 hours been like for you and your family, just this whirlwind leaving Memphis and now here in Sacramento?
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, it was a long process, but I expect to be a long process. I didn't want to make decision overnight, and we tried to do the right thing with my colleagues, Ken and Rolly and Peja. We just, took time, and I have to say we had a lot of, good candidates, good people, people that I really respect with the basketball knowledge. But when the day was available over the weekend, we sit down and we made a call. He came over here, we talked, we were excited, and we did it. I think, it was a great decision by us, hopefully.
Yeah, Saturday was an interesting day. Saturday morning, getting the news, from the Grizzlies, and by Saturday afternoon, I think we talked, and I said, yeah, I'll be on the first thing smoking in the morning, and got out here on Sunday, I think by noon or 1, and started meeting, and it's been fantastic and a little exhausting, very emotional, and certainly very, very exciting.
Coach, stepping into an organization that's had some instability from the coaching and from the front office over the last couple of years, just talk about what you hope to accomplish stepping into the situation. And Vlade, can you talk about trying to stop this instability and have this moving forward?
I already stopped.
I think we talked about it a little bit already, just as far as that the coach and the general manager are absolutely on the same team and going forward like this, and our front office, our coaching staff, and as that's going to go all the way through the organization, and there are not going to be any cracks. There, you're not going to be able to find Vlade say something about me or see me say something about Vlade. It's not going to happen. And I think that going forward of the culture that we want to have, and the excellence that we're going to demand of our coaches and our staff, what Vlade demands of his people, but that goes to our team, and there's a certain way that we expect that people will behave and perform. There's what we will not allow and what we will not tolerate and what we expect, and you better be in there in the middle, or as we're committed to doing this the right way. We'll go in a different direction.
Well, in California they have that food chain, in and out. We got it in or out. So
That's right.
Yeah, Coach Joerger, you've been in the Mid-South for almost 10 years, and reports say that you really want to be here, which is encouraging because Sacramento fans are the Kings. Why did you really want to be here? I mean, could you put that in details for us?
Well, I think that first of all, teams on the rise. There's still some heavy lifting to do, but some of the heavy lifting has been done. This is not a blow up, let's start over kind of situation, and we're on the road to recovery. Secondly, I love the people that we're working with. Third, look at the arena and everything that's going on downtown with what Vivek has done is just fantastic. I think everything is in front of this organization going forward, and for my family, it's a perfect fit. I bounced around the minors, 7 years in Bismarck, North Dakota, a couple years in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and those are really passionate fan bases. There's not a lot else going on there, and in the minor leagues, in the CBA and the D League, it was a big deal. We went to Memphis. We got down there. We were winning 22, 24 games. There was sometimes 3,500 people in there, but they're a passionate basketball fan base and a very caring and loving community. Got that thing going a little bit. It was great to be part of that with Lionel Hollins, a good friend of mine. Bada boom, bada bing, I end up with, and it got huge, but it's a very passionate fan base in a small market that cares about it, and that is what we're looking at here. Very passionate, and I've seen it from the outside. I've seen it when we come to visit, but again, when it was, and that's what we're talking about. When he was playing it and it was rolling like crazy, that's what we want to get to going forward.
Coach, how do you plan to coach DeMarcus Cousins, and how will your style change as it relates to pace, offensive and defensive rating, which obviously has been different here compared to your time in Memphis?
Yeah, we play a little slower back in Memphis. Certainly, we still want to push the basketball and try to get easy baskets in transition. Our roster is still in flux as far as which guys are opting in and staying in and all this and that, and so the numbers and then certainly how the draft comes out and all of those things. So we're going to try to get the best players we can and then go from there. So I can't say we'll play one style or another style. I'm excited. I think Willie Cauley-Stein is a tremendous talent. I think that was a really good pick. I've coached Costa Kufas. I've coached Rudy Gay. I've talked to those guys. I'm going to be talking with DeMarcus here in a little bit. We're excited about going forward. I think we'll have a good relationship. If you're open and you communicate with guys about what their role is, that's all a player will ever complain about on the backside is, you know what, I didn't know my role. If you're not going to play me, at least tell me that you're not going to play me. Cool, and that's what hopefully we'll build a great relationship with DeMarcus. I've had great relationships with players throughout the course of the years. And some of them have been the people that win citizenship awards, and some of them have been people that maybe on the outside think that these guys are tough guys to coach. And I've had great relationships with all of those guys, and I would go to the mat for any of those guys. And so I'm looking forward to building those relationships with our guys.
Who is maybe the player closest to DeMarcus Cousins in terms of temperament that you've seen, that you've been successful in coaching, and what will you do to try to get him a little more directed in a positive manner instead of negatively addressing the referees?
Zach Randolph and I talk about it a lot, over the past, since DeMarcus got in the league, about how Zach, and not now, but as Zach as a young player and what he has matured into, how giving he is in the community, what a team guy he is. And just as he got older and he realized some things, people said some tough things about Zach. He went through some tough times early in his career. And you look at what he's been able to do with his career, and I'm certainly hoping Zach goes to the Hall of Fame. I've got a lot of love for him, and just to watch the growth of him as a human being is just fantastic, and that carried over onto the court, I thought.